In this vid, I am making another trunk chop or a beheading. That is called this beheading. And there's a shoot growing here, and this is in this clip I would talk about how to attain trunk taper. So this clip is sort of an extension or an additional video about how to appreciate this.
Good.
So I'd like to show you how many times I have trunk chopped this one. So can you see here? So this is a cut. Then I let it grow. Then cut another. This is the second cut. Second trunk chop. And then this is the last. So this has been cut thrice already. So if you see here, this is as wide, the trunk is as thick as this, then as thick as this, as thick as this. This is the latest cut as you have seen. Now, if you can see, topic today is how to attain trunk taper. How to attain trunk taper. This is one of the things when I was an early hobbyist, and I find that the tree's trunk are very tapered, and I wondered how this was attained. So the response of the tree when being trunk cut is, supposing this is the soil level and your tree is here, and that's in your garden growing, and suddenly you want your tree still young, some branches there, some branches there, and you form your canopy and you want to bonsai it. And this is just about, say, it's about, the girth is about 3 inches in diameter. Now you want this to be trunk cut. So as a guideline, or to make it beautiful, the height of your tree should be just 6 times the girth. So if that is 3, that is 3 times 6, that's just 18 inches. It's just about your tree should just be like that. See? It's just about 18 inches. Now, how do you, if you cut it there, then you create a canopy like that. There's no taper. So how do you do that? So, yeah, one way is to cut there. But not all trees respond to a lot of shoots growing. Supposing these are the shoots growing. Supposing you have already cut. Then you make the highest shoot, the most vigorous shoot, wire it to become your new leader. Okay, supposing this is your new shoot. And the rest you make as sacrificial branches. What do you mean by that? Sacrifice branch. That means you just let it grow for a while and then you cut. For what purpose? To further thicken your trunk. Okay, so if this is your chosen shoot now, and you have grown this and wired that to be your next leader, so supposing this is your next leader, or your trunk line now. So supposing this grows, so if this thickens, what happens? Like that. It will thicken like that. Then you still let it grow further, and then this is now your trunk. Let it grow until it reaches. So supposing this is now your new trunk. Okay. That's your new trunk now. Let's say it's as thick as this, and some of this. Assuming this one is okay, Just like that. By the way, you carve the rest there so that it will. If this now becomes 3/4 of your base trunk, then you can cut it again. See? Cut here. Assuming you cut here. What happens, your new leader will be this, assuming this is your new leader. And this one grows again. And like that. I think I need another color. See, it's still blue. I don't have other color. Anyway, your new trunk will be like this. And you got S, you get movement and at the same time taper. So this diameter, which is 3 inches, tapers down as it goes up. So that's the way to do it. In this case, there's 2 cuts. One first cut, then second cut. Then you wire. Let go. So in this case, if your design is just 18 inches, then maybe you can grow your first branch here. First branch. Like that. But there's a big chance if you grow this early also, it can become it can grow too thick. So when it grows too thick, then you have to regulate it. Usually, in my case, I cannot regulate it because I just put it in the ground, and by the time I saw it, it's too thick. So you have to cut again and let grow. Assuming it will grow here or here. That's another story, but the topic now is how to attain trunk taper. So in this case, I just cut mine. 1, 2, and 3. These are cut marks of large branches. Now, I have here a cut one. This one. I cut this about 15 days ago. It's now showing. This is a Don Manuel, and that one is a ficus. This one is a ficus. This one is also a ficus. Now, this is a new shoot growing. Okay, that's a new shoot growing. For ficuses, I don't worry so much because they can shoot up eventually. But for other species, you have to be careful. One thing is that you have to ensure that it is native to your place so that it is well adjusted. And I have another case here. This one I air layered. This is a ficus. So you can see that there's a lot of root growth already. So, and if you look at this, there's no taper. It's basically straight. So this needs a trunk chop. I'd like this to I'd like this to have a good taper. So to be safe, assuming this is not a ficus, where to cut is you cut where there is a branch here, there, so that to ensure that this will still shoot up. Okay. But in my case, I am confident that this will shoot up, so I'll just cut where I want it. So supposing I'd like to cut it here, I'll give an allowance for die back. See? Just like this one. Actually, it died a few inches or a few centimeters, and the regrowth is very low down the trunk. Okay. In this case, I'll cut it here to give allowance. Now, I am making an actual video of cutting because I know beginners are afraid to cut. That's how I felt also when I was new. So, when you have a plant which you have grown, took so much time to grow and energy to water them, and then you just have to trunk it, it feels awkward and uncomfortable. It feels bad. So at least this is not your tree, it's my tree, and I'm carrying it and you're watching it. So at least it will not bad as it feels when it's really your tree. So since it's live, the saw is being column. Okay, so there goes my tree. I will cut further here and plant this. So by the way, when you air layer trees, supposing you air layer here, there must be some branches below the air layer. So that's another topic, but anyway, the energy goes up and down, powers your canopy and powers your roots. Now, when you put an air layer there, you restrict the energy going down, and thus deprive your roots. However, when there is a branch here, that branch and the leaves there still power your roots. In this case, this has a branch, so it was able to power the roots. If there is no branch, and you air layer here and you cut here, there is a tendency that your roots have been totally deprived of energy and could not survive. Okay, see, this is now how the trunk looks. So beheaded, and what we're going to do next is to seal it. So we put some glue to minimize dehydration. So this is an open wound, so this is very prone to dehydration. So water that is absorbed from the root just goes to the air. And of course, the first thing that the plant will do is to callus itself to prevent further dehydration, and then after which it will produce shoots. So that's how a trunk taper is attained. Good afternoon.